This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations. You're listening to Now Breakfast.
This morning, as the conversations continue, we turn to the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, which has asserted that the data of every Nigerian citizen stored in its servers is safe. The NIMC made this assertion on the back of an expose by Paradigm Initiative that it had obtained the BVN of prominent Nigerians for a pittance. NIMC is assuring Nigerians that it has applied the best possible security precautions to protect the data on its servers. It's also urged Nigerians to be careful in the use of third-party logins on their websites. Joining us this morning to speak on the dangers of such a data breach is tech expert Ade Atobatele. Mr. Atobatele, good morning and welcome to the conversation.
Good morning.
To start with, what is your reaction, not just to the NIMC's claims, but particularly to the NIMC's assertions of safety, but particularly to the idea that it's possible to obtain the data of Nigerians?
Data breaches happen all over the world. The data protection people in Nigeria have already accused the NIMC. That's another one government authority accusing another government authority. So the question as to whether it was safe or not is irrelevant. There was a data breach. Everybody agreed there was a data breach. If they have updated their systems as of data and made it safer, that's really what they should say. This data is now safer than it was before, possibly, but there was a data breach.
Just for clarity, Mr. Tobatella, the allegation was actually made by an independent civil society organization that carried out investigations, and they had claimed that they were able to obtain, for instance, the NIN of the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy for as low as 100 naira. And perhaps the question here is it worrying, or how worrying is it that the NIMC was not the one that flagged these data breaches?
You tend not to be the person that flags the fact that somebody has come into your house and stolen your goods. It's you tell the police, and you try and keep everything quiet. Your neighbors now find out that they could be burgled just as you were, and everybody gets into an uproar. That's pretty much what happened. As I said, the data protection people went after NIMC. That is one government agency to another. It happened. If you go to the websites that were mentioned in the third party's news story, they have been taken down. And I know people that went there before they were taken down and actually saw the data that we're talking about. The fact that it happened really is neither here nor there. The question that we should all be asking ourselves is, how do we prevent it from happening? This is not something that is a Nigerian thing. It happens all over the world. It's not something that we should be proud about, but we're not peculiar in this instance.
To look at this and perhaps to stretch it a little further, in the event that data such as the BVN of anyone is compromised, what happens going forward if that can't be protected?
As far as I understand it, you can't actually change your BVN or your NIN. So that is where the problem really comes. And so it now needs to be identity that needs to be flagged, that there may be possible intrusions on it.
And for the sake of, we have a population that is not fully, I don't know if the word is internet literate, and even for some of us who are, we still fall prey to this. So the question I asked was in light of NIMC saying that Nigerians were providing their data to unlicensed third parties. So this isn't even a matter of a data breach. They're insisting that it's individual people who'd given their data to these platforms.
Why would I open my arms and say, please come and suck my blood? I think the NIMC is been a little bit mischievous with its press releases, and really they shouldn't do that because they bring themselves into disbelief. And the government agency that's actually protecting data has to be trusted. So they need to be cautious with the words that they put out there so as not to lose the trust of all Nigerians, because once we lose that trust, it is very, very difficult to come back. And the first thing that will happen is all the management will get changed. Then a new regime will come in. So the media office of NIMC needs to be very, very careful in how they prescribe what has actually happened. Sometimes less is more.
Well, Mr. Tobatele, thank you very much for your time and expertise on this conversation. Ade Tobatele is a tech expert, and he joined us this morning to speak on a report or an assertion by the National Identity Management Commission that the data stored on its servers, the data of Nigerians stored on its servers, is safe.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.